You are watching the Capital City Sports Network on SGTV.
Dakota Watson here with Charlie Lafferty. We're back for Game 2 at Heathwood Hall High School for the University of South Carolina Gamecocks versus the Georgia Southern Eagles in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Georgia Southern took Game 1 8-5 after some late game heroics from McCoy of Georgia Southern with a 3-run bomb in the top of the 7th. Only playing 7 innings here in the doubleheader. As we're underway here, as Baggett delivers his first pitch low and away for ball 1. Pitch number 2, swing and a miss, strike. Elijah, the hitter for Georgia Southern, in there now with a 2-1 count. Here comes the wind-up stretch and the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a foul ball back to the right side, now to play. That'll even things up at 2-2. Elijah taking over the center field duties today in the second game. The lefty Baggett stares in now. Here comes the wind-up stretch and the 2-2 pitch. Misses way up and away, lost the grip on it as it heads to the backstop. That's going to bring it to a full count here on the first batter of game number 2 here on Saturday afternoon. Brandon Baggett, the big southpaw, walks around the back of the mound. Stares in for the sign on a full count. No out pitch to the leadoff hitter. Swinging a foul ball down the right field line. Hooking foul and out of play. So we'll do it again here. Good at bat from Elijah to start off this ball game. Here comes one more 3-2 pitch. Missed inside, ball 4. So great at bat there by Elijah. As he draws the walk. That's Jay Elijah now down there at first base. So 1 on, nobody out here. In stands Rob Cunningham, who had a double over the left fielder's head in game 1. His first at-bat of game 2 will have to wait as pickoff attempt over to first. Is over the first baseman's head, and that's going to roll all the way to the wall. Elijah around second. He's going for third. He's going to have it easily standing up. And a lackadaisical throw there by the pitcher over to first base just to check the runner ended up being a disaster. Not exactly what Brandon Baggett had in mind there to start the first inning. We'll have to wait a moment for Charlie to join us as he's filling up the lineup sheet for me. Just a doll. So runner on third now, nobody out. Here comes the pitch. Again, misses up and away. Here comes the wind-up stretch and the pitch. Check swing. Didn't go around. Baggett wind-up stretch and the pitch fouled straight back. Had Cunningham lunging out on his front foot there, trying to reach the outside part of the plate. Baggett now toes the rubber. Peers in for the sign. Cunningham calls time. Little confusion as the catcher Burgos now out to talk to the pitcher Baggett. Burgos was a DH in game 1, now taking over behind the plate for game 2. Great job by Bender behind the plate in game 1. Burgos coming back with a smile on his face. Wind up stretch and the pitch. Swing and a blooper to center. Center fielder coming on. He's going to make the catch. Going to be a play at the plate. Runner tagging. Throw home. Is going to bounce about 3 times and not in time. So Elijah, with some heads-up base running, is going to put the Eagles on the board first here in the top of the first. 1-0. Elijah reaches with a grade about an 8-pitch walk as the first batter. Then reaches third on a error on the throw over on the pickoff attempt. And a sac fly brings him in. So get him on, get him over, and get him in. And that's what the Eagles do here for a 1-0 lead in the top of the first. Shortstop Malik Eskin now stands in the 3-hole yet again in both games today. He takes ball 1 low. Baggett sporting the bright red shoes. Toes the rubber yet again. Here comes the wind-up stretch and the pitch. Called strike 1 down the heart of the plate. So the Eagles take an early lead in both of these 2 games here today. In the first game, it was 2-0 after 1. In the second game, 1-0 so far. But Eskin lines one to left field, right between the shortstop and third baseman in the old 5.5 hole for a clean base knock. So now runner on first, 1 away for the cleanup hitter, Matt Jones. Jones, who was the DH last game, is now going to pitch and hit for himself. Baggett stares in. Looks back to runner at first, and he's going to pick off to first. This time a little better throw than the first. But the runner's back in time. So now the pitch to Jones is taken low and in. Now we've got our lineup card ready to roll. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Charles Lafferty.
Good afternoon, folks. Glad to be here.
Baggett delivers low in the dirt again. Runner on first, 1 in, 1 out, 1 on. And the 1-1 pitch is going to have to wait as, again, the hitter calls time. Baggett seems to be a little bit slower pace as far as pitching goes than the last couple pitchers we had in game 1.
Yeah, it seems to me like he's really concerned about that runner over on first. Got a decent-sized lead over there.
As he steps off the back of the mound again. That might be his way of holding him because he obviously maybe not be in love with his pickoff move since the first one sailed over the head of the first baseman the first time and eventually cost him a run. Here comes the 1-1 pitch in the dirt, ball 2. The wind-up stretch and delivery. About a 58-foot fastball there right in front of the plate. Bounces up and a good block by Burgos. That's going to make it 3-1 now. Pickoff attempt again to first. Pretty good throw there. James Grant, the new first baseman for the Gamecocks in game 2. Makes the catch and tosses it back over to the pitcher. So again, we'll have a 3-1. Big lead over at first. Here comes the pitch, runner not going. And a late strike call there by the umpire to keep the hitter in the batter's box there. Looks like he wanted to toss the bat away. But he'll have to stay in there now with a full count.
Seemed like that one might have just caught the outside corner.
I don't know if it did, but either way, the umpire says it did.
Not sure. Yeah. Hey, he's the one that matters, right?
You send the runner here? They don't.
Doesn't look like they will.
And it's ball 4. It doesn't matter either way. So a pair of walks here in the inning. And that now has runners on first and second. 1-0 early here in the ball game. Eagles lead. And that's going to bring out the coach to talk to the pitcher here for a quick chat.
Baggett so far doesn't seem to be too much in command here, so in a lot of balls. Let's see if we can get things figured out here and see if I'll get some more balls over the plate. I think he should go back to his fastball, see if he can command that.
Sure. Still early. Only 1-0 so far. He's only given up a hit, a couple walks. So I'm sure he could find it here. Miles Moody, player coach, walks back off towards the dugout. Lefty Baggett will again toe the rubber. It looks like he's ready to roll. Swinging a high fly ball to left center off the bat of Dylan McCoy, who was the hero in game number 1. Caught by the center fielder. Runners will not advance. So good job there by the pitcher Baggett to get back on track. Yeah, if you missed game 1, Dylan McCoy sent a shot over the left field wall with 2 outs in the top of the 7th, which was the last inning, to give the Eagles an 8-5 lead that they would not surrender.
And I think that pretty much everyone here watching the game today knew that ball was gone off the bat. It was hit pretty well and cleared the wall by quite a few feet.
I think we all knew it. In stands now TJ Waterbore, who lines the first pitch to left field. That's going to be a base hit. Plate to plate. It's going to be cut off. Throw back to second. Not in time. So Waterbore gets a 2-out RBI single to left field. And that's going to give him a 2-0 lead. Up next is number 32, Curtis Jamerson, who's going to be the catcher again for the second game. Good for him being able to catch 2 games in a row. I know there's no way I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's pretty impressive. And, you know, he's a pretty big boy back there, but, you know, he's doing a good job.
Well.
And he
threw out a couple runners in game 1.
He sure did, kept the ball in front of him.
First pitch to him is in the dirt.
Yeah, good for him.
Here comes the 1-0 from Baggett, the pitch. Check swing. Umpire says no. 2-0 now.
You know, we may have to wait a few seconds for these strike calls here from this umpire. He
Yep.
seems to,
Same umpire. Usually they switched up on doubleheaders. Not today. Not so much. Small leads by the runners here on first and second. The pitch is taken high. Baggett looking frustrated already here in the first, putting in some work.
breeze blowing in pretty strong from straightaway center here. I'm not sure we'll see too many balls hit too deeply today. Of course, McCoy with that bomb earlier.
Yeah, you never know, right? Stay on your toes.
Right.
So here comes a 3-2 pitch, 3-1 pitch, excuse me. And that's going to be ball 4. So we're going to load the bases here.
Baggett definitely not getting the start he would have liked here, but, you know, see if he can find his way out of this top of the first inning and get the Gamecocks rolling.
Could be a big inning here for the Eagles. Bases loaded now. 2 away. Here comes the first pitch to the new hitter, number 15, Will Harden, who's again playing first base in the second game. It's low. Ball 1. Got to fill up the zone here. Nowhere to put him. Here comes the 1-0. Missed up and away. Ball 2. You want to know one way to frustrate a pitching coach?
Hey, what's that?
Walk in a run.
Definitely, you know, you definitely can't be happy with that.
That's one way to do it. Here's the 2-0. Ball 3. Baggett really not finishing his pitches, it looks like here. He's going to have to come back from a 3-0 deficit. Do you think you're taking here if you're Will Harden?
I would definitely say so. I mean, I'd be very surprised if he swung.
I'm not a betting man, but I'd be willing to bet. I'd probably even take 2 pitches here. as Baggett struggles to find the strike zone. Here comes the 3-0, misses low and in. And apparently, that was a called strike.
Very hard to tell up here from the booth. Our
You know, it looked low and in to me, but hey, what do I know?
apparently not all that much.
Not a lot. So we're going to try this again. 2 outs, bases loaded, 2 already in on the inning. Ground ball to third. Long throw to first. Can't pick it by the first baseman on the low throw, so the inning's going to continue here as the run comes home to score. That's going to make it 3-0. And the Gamecocks digging a hole for themselves here early in the first inning. And when you've got a pitcher struggling to throw strikes, when you get a ground ball right at somebody, that never helps to throw a ball in the dirt. And the first baseman couldn't pick it out of the dirt there. That was Nick Alferis on the throw from third base to the new first baseman, James Grant. Certainly a pickable ball over there at first. Not a great throw by any means.
I would say so, yeah. The Gamecocks would have liked to get out of the inning there, but
Definitely one you want to have.
the inning continues. Now, I'm a little surprised that Baggett's pitching out of the stretch. It looks like he goes back to the windup.
Back to the
here.
windup now with the bases loaded.
Yeah.
Good call. This is Cody Tournier in, the right fielder, number 19, looking to add on to the already 3-0 lead in the top of the first as he watches the ball low and away now. Next pitch in the dirt. Good block there by catcher Nick Burgos. But the bigger problem is Baggett's still struggling to find the strike zone.
Burgos, the DH in game 1.
Finally able to find a strike zone here as he took a little off that one to make sure it was over and in for a called strike. Tournier back in the batter's box. The lefty's pitch. Baggett. Blooper to shallow center. Going to be a tough play. Second baseman racing back, and he's able to put it away for the final out, number 3. So Gamecocks trail 3-0 here early in the top of the first as we head down to the bottom of the first. Eagles had a big inning. We'll be back. Back here in the bottom of the first, South Carolina Gamecocks trail early 3-0 to the Georgia Southern Eagles. Chris Ransom now, leadoff hitter again, just as in game number 1, steps in for the Gamecocks. He takes upstairs for ball 1. And an early visit to the mound by the catcher to the pitcher, Matt Jones. Curtis Jamerson again catching for game number 2. Quick chat.
And this day, once a sunny one, it seems like a lot of cloud cover coming over top.
Yeah, thank God.
Sure feels nice to the players on the field. It's a lot cooler up in the booth, but down
We've
there
got the AC blowing on us, so we're quite nice.
It was a hot one out there today.
Jones peers over his glove, wind up, stretch in the 1-0 pitch. Taken low and away. It's going to be 2-0 now. The 2-0 pitch, square to bunt. That's going to be down the third base line. It's a good one. Tough play, and the third baseman can't glove it. So that's going to be an infield single. And a good idea there with the third baseman playing about even with the bag. So Chris Murphy believes his hips don't lie as he stands in here with a runner on first, nobody out. Playing shortstop in the second game. Came in with a big pinch hit single in the first game to tie. I believe he was one of the runners who tied it up 5-5 in the 6th.
I think he was, yep.
But either way, he's looking to start anew here from the 2-hole. Here comes the pitch to Murphy from Jones. Taken low. Jones's pitch. That's in there for a called strike on the outside part of the plate. See if we get any movement over there at first base from Chris And just like that, it's a hit and run play. Blooper to right center field. That's going to get down. perfectly executed hit and run play there by the Gamecocks is going to have runners at first and third with no outs. Again, it's almost like they heard me. I like that, putting some pressure on early. Nick Burgos stands in, the catcher, 3-hole hitting. Could have been a hero last game who tied it up 5-5 late in the ball game had it not been for the home run by McCoy.
That hit and run was very well executed by the Gamecocks.
Just perfect.
Ransom, obviously a pretty quick guy, laid down a bunt, got to first. But good job by Murphy to go opposite field there with the pitch outside.
Yeah, it would have been right at the second baseman otherwise had there not been a hit and run on as Burgos takes low.
Ransom easily able to get to third.
Burgos digging in his back foot now in the batter's box. Waves the bat around a couple times. An early steal. They didn't detect it, so he's going to take second easily. Swing and a miss on the pitch.
Great jump by Murphy. I'm not sure Jones, the pitcher, even realized he was going.
Yeah, definitely not. I heard I believe the third baseman yell "step off," and it was too late as Jones was already into the windup. So he takes second easily. Now we're going to have second and third, nobody out. Burgos swings and fouls that one straight back. He was right on that one. So now 2 strikes on the hitter. Looking for a big RBI knock here is Burgos. Jones comes set. And the pitch. Swinging a line drive down the right field line, hooking, and that's going to end up foul. Just out in front of that one, you would have had easily 2 RBIs there.
Burgos seems to be right on the pitch here.
He's definitely seen the ball well today.
2 solid swings there, and let's see if he can get another one, get the ball in play this time.
Huge hole there on the left side of the infield. Kind of a mini shift they have on him as the shortstop's playing just about behind the runner at second base. Here comes a 2-strike pitch, swing and foul ball straight back. As that looked like it almost hit him on the hands. Just about cuffed him there, but a good job staying alive.
I know, it's a really good thing we have this chain link fence behind us. You know,
telling
because
me.
we'd be getting peppered back here with
Peppered,
balls.
for sure. I have pretty quick hands, but I like to think that, you know, at least some of those would have hit me right in the mouth. Yeah,
No, probably,
no doubt.
yeah.
Here comes another 2-strike pitch. This one taken up and away. Good eye there, and a good eye bat so far from Burgos. With Evan McCurry looming on deck. Another pitch to Burgos. Swing and a miss. He got him out in front. Strike 3 there on a good breaking ball. So that's going to be out number 1 as Evan McCurry now stands in. Runners on second and third, 1 away from McCurry. Jones stares in. And the first pitch to him. Just above the belt. That's going to be called a ball. The lefty stands back in the batter's box. Here comes the 1-0. Taken outside. Just missed the outside part of the plate from the right-handed pitcher.
Pretty good attendance here for today's baseball game. I think the official number is 31,612 fans. So
just under 32,000 there for the day.
Just shy of a sellout. So
as the pitch is in the dirt and all the way back to the backside, that's going to score a run for the Gamecocks as Murphy takes a big turn around third, but he'll stop. So the Gamecocks on the board here with a wild pitch. And that makes it 3-1 here. Good job by the Gamecocks again, just like in game 1, clawing back to put a run on the board after a big inning from the Eagles in the top of the first in each game.
And Jamerson had done a pretty good job in the first game there to keep most of those pitches out in the dirt in front of him, but that one he couldn't corral.
Yeah, that's a
came
good
all the way
point.
back to the backstop.
That's one of the first times we've had to see Jamerson chase after a ball behind him. But nonetheless, that'll probably go as a wild pitch. So one out, runner on third. A big run here at third if he could put this ball in play to get right back in this game in the first inning. Here comes the stretch and the pitch, missed outside again. That's going to be ball 4. So McCurry tosses the bat aside, and we're going to have Jason Selikoff up next in the 5 hole, the left fielder. Runners on the corners here with one away. Gamecocks trail 3-1. Selikoff's first at bat of the day. Swinging a foul ball off to the right side now to play. Matt Jones takes his time walking around the mound here. Now stares in. Pretty good lead over there at first. The pitch, runner going. This time they fake the throw to second, and everybody's safe.
It's a heads-up play from McCurry. Take away the double play by stealing second there.
Great idea. Jamerson elected not to throw there. Looks like an off-speed pitch.
They got the Gamecocks in the old first to third, fake throw down to second, and got the guy stuck in a run down there in the first game. Gamecocks not falling for it this time.
Next pitch is away to Selikoff. So now a base hit could tie up this ball game here in the first inning. The stretch in pitch to him, swinging a ground ball right back to the pitcher. He stares back the runner to third, flips to first, low throw, but the first baseman has it in time for out number 2. Good reactions there by the first baseman, Jones. James Grant, the first baseman, now stands in, number 12. With the low batting stance, runners on second, third, 2 away. The first pitch to him is taken upstairs for ball 1. Jones not pleased with himself there. The 1-0 stretch. Pitch, swinging a blooper to left center. That should hang up long enough for the center fielder, Elijah, who puts it away. Out number 3. So the Gamecocks get on the board, cut the deficit in a third. It's now 3-1. Gamecocks trails. We head to the top of the second. We return. Here at the top of the second, Gamecocks trail 3-1 over the visiting Eagles. Here comes the wind-up stretch and the pitch to the first hitter, who is Elijah, leadoff guy. Leading off in back-to-back innings is usually a great sign for the offense. He takes ball 2 low and away.
Yeah, never a bad thing when you can get all 9 guys up to hit.
Not for them, for sure. I'd say for the home Gamecocks, they don't love it. But
No.
And Elijah, who coaxed about an 8-pitch walk his first at-bat, already working the pitcher again, Baggett here in the top of the second. I'm sure Baggett would like a much shorter inning than the first. Here comes the wind-up stretch and the pitch to him. Missed outside. We're at 3-1 now. You got to come at him. We haven't seen Elijah swing the bat really much today at all. And a late strike call, low and away. A little help there for Baggett from the umpire. Looked a bit low and outside to me personally, and I think Elijah would agree with me there. Nonetheless, full count again for Elijah and back-to-back at-bats for him. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So good job there by Baggett to come back from a 3-1 deficit to get the strikeout to start off the top of the second.
Yeah, it's good to see him getting some command back, throwing some strikes. He struggled a little bit in the first inning with some walks, but Good to start off the top of the second here with a strikeout.
That's big for him. If he could settle down and go a few more innings, I'm sure the Gamecocks would really appreciate it. As they have Game 3 coming up tomorrow. Here comes the stretch and the first pitch to Rob Cunningham, the left fielder, is taken outside, ball 1. You know, that's something else I've noticed. He hasn't really gotten ahead of many hitters at all so far in the first couple innings. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, swinging a blooper towards short. That's going to be an easy play there for Murphy at short. He makes the catch, and now there's 2 quick outs.
It's a nice pitch there by Baggett on the outside.
Yeah, definitely made him reach for it.
Yeah, I tried to pull an outside pitch, and that typically doesn't end up well. Sometimes you get some Texas leaguers falling in.
Yeah, well, you never know. Duck snorts, as Ray Tanner would say.
Sure.
So 2 quick outs after a very long first inning from Baggett, as he fires the first pitch to new hitter Eskin, the shortstop. Misses way outside, ball 1. The 1-0, right down Broadway, strike 1. Eskin with the open batting stance. Here comes the 1-1, misses upstairs, ball 2. The quick working Baggett delivers, fouls away, strike 2 now.
Looks like that might have caught a little piece of Borgos' hand there. Hope that he's okay.
About as tough as it gets. He looks good to go. Yeah, you can see him shaking it off there. So Baggett now stares in, wind up stretch and the pitch. Ball in the dirt. And it looks like, again, we're going to have another full count. So even though this has a potential to be a quick inning, a lot of full counts here so far in the first 2 innings for Brandon Baggett. Looking to shut down the side in order. Baggett's pitch. Ball in the dirt, and he can't do it.
And, it is important for pitchers trying to go, deep into games to throw strikes here and try to keep the pitch count down.
Sure.
Georgia Southern lucky there to draw a walk. They'll have 1 man on, 2 outs.
Speaking of that, as we talked about in the first game, when Streetman was pitching for the Eagles, pitched all the way into the last inning, and as I said, I know the Gamecocks didn't win the game, but it was a small victory just to get Streetman out of the game and have force their hand into the bullpen, because Streetman looked like he had the stuff to go all the way.
Yeah, it was nice that Gamecocks started off that bottom of the 7th inning with I think 3 straight hits and loaded the bases up.
That's right.
So they eventually got to him. A little too late though.
Matt Jones now in there hitting again for the 2nd time today. Takes ball 1 outside, followed by ball 2 outside. So 2-0 now to Matt Jones, the cleanup hitting pitcher. It's fun to say. Don't say that often.
It's hard to come across, especially when you get up to into the pros. I don't think I've seen anyone, at least not in the in the recent era. The
2-0 pitch is swung on and lifted to center. Should be an easy play out there for the center fielder Ransom. He puts it away, and that's out number 3. So good at bounce back inning there by Baggett. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. The Gamecocks still trail 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the 2nd. Bottom of the 2nd, we're back here in Columbia as Garrett Simic leads off for the Gamecocks, who are looking to chip away at that 3-1 deficit early in the ballgame. He takes ball 1 outside. Make it ball 2 outside as Matt Jones struggles to find the strike zone here early in the 2nd inning. I'm sure the lefty Simic would take a walk here to lead off. The 2-0. Misses upstairs, and we've got a 3-0 count now.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he's swinging here. 3 straight balls.
I'm going to go out on a limb again and say probably not swinging. Wind up, stretch, and the pitch. Right down the heart of the plate for a called strike.
Right we were, Dakota.
As usual. So Simic now stands back in. Hitters count 3-1. Wind up, stretch, and pitch from Jones. Misses outside. Ball 4. So Simic coaches a leadoff walk for Nick Alferis coming up next. Alferis, the sure-handed third baseman, now stands in with a runner on first. Nobody out. You think it's small ball here early on in the game or no?
Personally, I mean, I think I would.
You've got
we'll
nine-hole hitter Jack Nonamaker on deck, the DH.
I think I might think about laying one down. Still early in the game, though, so we'll see what the Gamecocks decide to do.
Third baseman in on the grass, just barely. Chopper to third, going to be a tough play. Bare hand, throw to first. Good play there by the third baseman as the runner gets to second safely. But out at first is Alferis. I would say nifty glove work over there by the third baseman, TJ Waterbore, but no glove needed as he bare hands and makes a nice play on the run there. So now runner on second, one away for Nonamaker. Looked like kind of an unintentional pitch out there as the catcher thought about throwing it back down behind the runner at second but decided against it.
Yeah, not sure that was intentional, but
no, I'm going to say it wasn't.
the Gamecocks will take a ball there.
So 1-0 now to Nonamaker. Runner in scoring position, swinging the ground ball to second. Should be an easy play there for Dylan McCoy. Game 1 hero, flips it to first in time. Out number 2 as the runner advances to third. Chris Ransom, the center fielder, stands in, who's been pretty consistent so far out throughout the day, finding ways to get on base. The first pitch to him, big hack there. The first pitch straight through it, 0-1. Matt Jones looks in, stretch in, 0-1 pitch. Good breaking ball there on the outside part of the plate, called strike 2. I think Ransom joking with the umpire. He thought it was a little bit outside, but caught a corner. Runner on third, 2 away. The 0-2. Strike 3 call on the outside part of the plate. Same exact pitch, and Ransom goes down looking. So the Gamecocks strand a runner at third. They still trail 3-1 here to the Eagles as the second inning comes to a close. We head to the top of the third in just a moment. Top of the third here in Columbia, South Carolina, on what's about as gorgeous of a day as it gets here in the Midlands. Number 10, Dylan McCoy stands in, the second baseman. Swinging a foul ball straight back off just about everybody wearing a mask behind the plate as it rolls foul.
Yeah, you know, it's a really good thing they wear equipment back there. You know, otherwise
Sure.
you get hit right in the face.
Yeah. Great insight here from Charlie, the Captain Obvious Lafferty.
Yeah, we'd like to thank all those who make protective equipment. It was a great idea. I think
We call him the captain for short for Captain Obvious.
I think that's Jamerson down there coaching third. Not quite, doesn't have quite good as hands as the Gamecocks third base coach down there, but he's trying, so.
Potentially a better arm.
Yeah, I would definitely say better arm for sure.
The next pitch to McCoy is taken in the dirt. Wind up stretch and pitch from Baggett. Called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. McCoy goes down looking. It's a good breaking ball there that caught the outside part of the plate there from Brandon Baggett.
Yeah, it seems like our umpire here behind the plate has been giving that outside pitch a little bit this game so far.
I think you're right. First game, I wasn't too sure about the outside plate. Maybe he changes his mindset depending on games.
Yeah, well, you know.
Likes the outside part of the plate better. First pitch of the new hitter is lined straight up the middle, almost off the pitcher's glove. Into center field for a clean base hit. That's third baseman TJ Waterbore. Now in for the Eagles with 1 on, 1 out is Curtis Jamerson, who comes in off the third base coaching box to grab a bat. Here comes the first pitch to him. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop could be 2. Flip to second, over to first. There's a 6-4-3 double play for the Gamecocks, who'll get out of the inning rather quickly. Good play there. And we head to the bottom of the third. Gamecocks still trail this one 3-1 after a couple good defensive plays there in the field. We'll be back for the top of the fourth. Bottom of the third. Bottom three for the Gamecocks as they step into the plate. It's going to be Chris Murphy to lead off, the shortstop, who started that 6-4-3 inning-ending double play just a moment ago. He takes a called strike one for Matt Jones on the first pitch of the at-bat. What do you think about his stirrups?
Yeah, they look pretty good.
Not too shabby.
I wasn't always a fan of high socks there.
Right.
I kind of like them low, but every once in a while it's refreshing to see a pair of stirrups.
Murph's doing it well.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Sure is.
The 0-1 misses inside to even up the count at 1-1. Jones's pitch pops sky high, shallow right center field. Going to be a tough play. Three players converge. Right fielder takes charge and puts it away for the out. Out number one. Good job by Tournier there to take charge. In stands Nick Burgos, vigorously waving around his bat as he waits for the first pitch. Good breaking ball in there for strike number one. Caught about all of the plate, but it had a lot of movement on it. The three-hole hitting catcher stands in. Here comes the 0-1. Another good breaking ball, this one in the dirt, 1-1.
Burgos, a pretty animated player out on the field.
Having fun.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about, right?
Got to do it.
Dancing to all the songs.
Dancing in between innings, yeah.
He looks like he's having a great time.
The 1-1, fouled straight back off the catcher's mask. 1-2 now. You know, I just noticed the umpire has some nice big old silver earrings in.
Yeah, I think he looks good. You know?
He rocks them well. I couldn't, that's for sure.
No, yeah, you would look terrible.
You're not wearing your earrings today. You usually have them in.
Yeah, well, you know, I usually wear hoops, and you know they kind of they tug on when they get caught in your shirt and stuff like that.
I was thinking you were going to
So
go tug down on the earlobe to make it look like you have a bigger ear or something.
That too. Well, I do have small ears.
You've got some small ears. Maybe
Yeah,
you should think about it.
Actually, a lot of people have told me that. It's kind of funny that you bring that up.
The 1-2. Swinging a foul ball back. Up and over the fence. Out of play.
And that was pretty nice. A fan who caught that ball, an older gentleman, walks over and hands the ball to what looks to be an 8 or 9-year-old girl.
Yeah, that's just great to see.
Always good to see fans helping out some other fans out there.
Several fans were going for that one as well, so good to see a kid came out with it. Here comes the 1-2, swinging a fly ball to right. Right fielder having trouble with it, but Tournier ends up avoiding the tumble and makes the catch for the out. So 2 quick outs here. Evan McCurry, number 31, the right fielder for the Gamecocks, stands in, no on, 2 outs. Trying to avoid a 1-2-3 inning. The first pitch to him. Check swing. Looks like it missed just low. First pitch breaking ball there.
Yeah, it looks like Jones getting a lot of movement out of his curveball so far today.
I like the idea, but with no on, 2 outs, I'm probably coming right at the hitters personally.
I would think the same thing, but
The 1-0. He does just that with the fastball that's ripped foul and out of play off to the left side. Over the batting cages. Pretty nice facilities over here at Heathwood Hall, don't you think?
yeah. I mean, I've been pretty impressed so far. They got nice dugouts.
Your first time over here, if I'm not
This
mistaken.
beautiful booth that we've been sitting in all day.
Luxury suite, like I said, about 6-7 stories high.
Yeah, well, we got a great view of the field and Columbia.
As Williams-Brice Stadium stares on, the 1-1 chopped up and over the head of the pitcher. The shortstop has it right at the bag, long throw, and he's got him by a step. Pitcher takes a tumble, but no one saw it, so it's no problem. Out number 3, there's Gamecocks go down in order. Gamecocks still trail here 3-1 to the Eagles. We'll be back for the top of the 4th. We're all set for the top of the 4th now. Will Harden, the first baseman, stands in. Right-handed hitting, number 15. Here comes the first pitch. Fouled straight back and up over our heads.
It's actually pretty impressive that these balls are going over our heads, considering we're 6-7 stories high.
Good point. Good point. Moonshot there up and over our heads. Here comes the 0-1. Called strike 2 on the outside part of the plate. Good pitch there. The 0-2. Tapper in between short and third. Alferez at third has it. Throw to first. In time. First out. Baggett's really settled in here. Put up some zeros after that first inning.
Yeah, the Gamecocks seem to be pretty fundamentally sound out there in the field.
Yeah, for the most part, I think you're right.
Haven't seen, I know a little earlier Alferez made a throw from third to first in the dirt that couldn't quite be picked out. But other than that, I mean, it's been pretty good all around.
I believe that's 5 in a row now set down for Baggett. Good breaking ball there to start off the new hitter.
Yeah, it looks like he's really found his groove now after a little bit of a rocky first inning with some command issues.
The 0-1 to Dylan McCoy. Taken upstairs, ball 1. Wind up stretch and the 1-1 pitch. Misses low and away in the dirt. Ball 2 as McCoy helps out the Gamecocks. Flipping it up to the catcher. Excuse me, this is Cody Tournier, not McCoy. So scratch that. Tournier now in with the 2-1. Looks outside, 3-1.
See, I can see how that can be a little confusing.
19 and 10, I think that's fair.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. I was going to make fun of you, but
No, feel free.
now that I see that it wasn't a 9 and a 0
Yeah,
is
it's
the
tough.
difference. So, okay, I'll give you a little bit of slack there.
Right. Being so high up in the air, 6 stories, it's tough to see.
Right, yeah, I need to get your glasses out.
The pitch is swung on and lifted to left. Could have caught that in his back pocket as the left fielder makes the snag for the second out. That's Jason Selikoff. We're being attacked by bees here in the booth. They're everywhere. That thing is about as big as my head. I'm not really sure what to do with it, honestly.
Yeah, keep spraying that on there. I don't think you've sprayed it enough.
We're about a gallon and a half of wasp spray just went on to that bee. But he's gone, so that's fine. In stands the new hitter, top of the order, Jay Elijah, who takes ball 1 outside. It's a bad day for bees and wasp here in Columbia. Don't come into this booth. The 0-1 grounded to short. Murphy has it, and the throw is about 26 feet too high as it goes off the front side of the dugout for the Gamecocks. Lucky it didn't go over the dugout. Would have been a 2-bagger.
And, you know, it really seems like every time I give the Gamecocks credit for something, they really come back and I jinx them.
You've done it 3 to 5 times so far today.
Yeah, I might just keep my mouth closed for the rest of this game.
Sure the fans at home would really appreciate that. So 2 outs, runner on first. We're down to 1 broadcaster. And it looks like number 23, Rob Cunningham, steps to the plate now. If he could put one over the left fielder's head as he did in the first game, there'd probably be another run scored. But the Gamecocks will try to limit that as the first pitch is outside. Again, even though Baggett's really kind of settled in for the most part, not a lot of first pitch strikes. I'd love to know the pitch count. I might have to find that out for us as the pickoff attempt to first is not on time.
You haven't been keeping track? You haven't been counting?
Forgot to mute his mic. I apologize. Baggett's pitch. Runner going. Throw down to second. Not in time as Elijah takes that bag easily. So the lefty pitcher, Baggett, not able to keep Elijah close.
Yeah, it almost seemed like Elijah moved a little too quickly over
First
there.
movement for sure.
Before Baggett even started towards the plate there.
I'm thinking you got to go either higher leg kick there to keep him straight or just a really quick slide step, and we kind of did it in between there.
Yeah, he slides in easily to second.
Big lead at second base now. Thinking about third maybe. Here comes the 2-out pitch. But first a step off of the back of the mound.
Elijah really dancing around out there, making Baggett think.
Well, the shortstop's playing about halfway in between the second and third base bag, so he's not going to cover him. Second baseman nowhere really near it either. Another step off the mound, but nobody covering the bag. I think the catcher Burgos feeling a little lonely, wondering what's going on out there. Here comes the pitch. Misses upstairs.
As a pitcher with 2 outs here, I think you really got to be concerned about the batter at home plate here.
I agree. If he takes third, so what? There's 2 outs. That's how I feel about it.
Yep, I agree.
Next pitch is fouled off and back out of play.
Elijah pretty speedy anyway, so I think he'd score on a single out to the outfield regardless.
Yeah, I don't think he's worried about taking third here, unless he's really concerned about the stats.
Well, you know, it's always good to have nice padded stats.
The pitch just fouled away here on the 2 strikes. Barely staying alive is Cunningham. The 2-strike pitch in the dirt. And a good block there by Burgos, the catcher. Working hard. I think Elijah over there at second not happy with himself for staying at the bag. I think he wanted third there. Here comes another 2-strike pitch. Runner going. Ball called strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. Cunningham not pleased with it. But nonetheless, that'll do it for the Eagles there in the top of the 4th. We're going to head to the bottom of the 4th. Gamecocks trail at 3-1 here in Columbia. And we're back here in the bottom of the 4th. Gamecocks trail the Eagles 3-1. It's Jason Selikoff who stands in. He shows bunt on the first pitch. Down the third base line, going to be a tough play. Throw to first in time for out number 1. So good play there by third baseman TJ Waterbore to get the first out of the inning. In now is the first baseman, James Grant, for the Gamecocks, number 12, right-handed hitting first baseman. Nobody on. 1 away in the 3-1 deficit. Here comes the first pitch from Jones. Swinging the grounder to short. 2-hopper. Fires over to first. Good pick by the first baseman, Will Harden, for out number 2.
Money in the pile. When she get a little, they just want to take it down, cuz. I got the money in the pile. When she get a little, they just want to take it down, cuz. We been going hard for too long. Can't get enough for the shoe on. Yeah, really ain't nothing like a trap.
Garrett Simic, the second baseman, stands in now, left-handed.
And Jones really making quick work of the Gamecocks here. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
2 pitches, 2 outs. I say you don't swing at the first pitch here, and he wisely takes outside, ball 1. I would have loved to have seen a 3-pitch inning there.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't.
Not as a Gamecocks
You don't see
fan.
it often, but, you know, it does happen. It does.
Some good defense so far by the Eagles. Shift on here for the left-handed hitting Gamecocks player as he fouls off the second pitch, off the front face of the Eagles dugout.
It's been a pretty quiet game here for the most part. We had all 4 runs this game scored in the first inning, but since then, I'm not even sure we've had a hit.
No, not many. Matt Jones and Brandon Baggett, the 2 pitchers for the Eagles and Gamecocks respectively, have really settled in since the first inning. So Simic now stands in, 1-1 count. 2 outs, nobody on. Still a slight shift on the lefty. The pitch is taken outside, ball 2.
Kind of surprised that one wasn't called a strike there, Dakota.
He's been calling that one almost all day, actually.
Yeah, outside corner. He's been liking that one.
We're in the second game of a 2 7-inning doubleheader series here.
Sunshine back out in Columbia. Got a little cloudy there for a little bit, but
And thank God. Might help your pasty skin. Here comes the 2-1. Misses outside. Back to the backstop, 3-1 now. Jones frustrated, grabbing at the dirt. Only 5 total hits in the ball game betwixt the two teams.
It's an SAT word.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Didn't do so hot on that personally, but
Yeah, well, you know, we can't all be as smart as you.
the pitch. Taken upstairs. Gamecocks looking to avoid a 3-up, 3-down inning. As Simic stands back in the box. Here comes the pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. Good at bat there by Simic. Couple good cuts and coaxes a walk. Nick Alferis, the third baseman, stands in. With a runner on first, 2 away, Gamecocks trail it 3-1 here in Columbia, South Carolina. The first pitch. Called strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Sending the runner here with 2 outs.
I think I would.
Good breaking ball. Drops in there for a strike 2.
Not a whole lot of offensive firepower from either team here, so I'm thinking if you get
Not
a
so
runner in
far.
scoring position, why not, right? Especially with the bottom of the lineup coming up here. Lineup soon to switch over.
Runner now going. Ball taken upstairs, 1-2, and don't even throw it to second. But the head first slide nonetheless into the bag. So runner in scoring position. I think we saw that future coming.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for. So Alferis hopefully drives the ball out to the outfield here and should score Semic from second.
The 1-2 taken low and away. Ball 2 now, 2-2. With 2 outs, runner on second. Gamecocks trail by 2 with only 2 hits so far in the game. The third baseman back in. Here comes the pitch. Taken upstairs. Full count now. Jack Nonamaker, the DH, 9-hole on deck. Here comes the wind-up stretch and the 3-2 pitch. Fouled back our way. Good job staying alive here by Alferis.
Again, it's pretty impressive that we've had all these hitters hit the ball 6-7 stories up in the air.
Sure, yeah, we're pretty high up here at Heathwood Hall High School.
Yeah, they're getting good pieces at least.
Sure. Infield playing back with 2 outs, trying to keep the ball in front of him. Here comes the payoff pitch. Breaking ball, lost the handle, ball 4. So runners on first and second now, 2 outs, with Jack Nonamaker coming to the dish.
7 o'clock, that's prime time. Having to watch God calling from the hotlines. Why you keep giving me hotlines? I'm a star, how could I not shine? How many ladies in the house? How many ladies in the house without a spouse? Something in the blouse got me feeling so nice. What you about? On an independent. Traded on for a husband and some kids.
So 2 outs, runners on first and second. The DH Nonamaker stands in, the left-handed hitting Gamecock. Takes ball 1 low.
Now, Dakota, we've been listening to a lot of walk-up songs all day, playing them up here from the booth.
Are you going to ask me my favorite? Don't do it.
No, just curious as to
Okay.
what your walk-up song might be.
Ooh. Certainly would be some kind of Miley Cyrus as Nonamaker takes the 1-0 low. I would say Party in the USA, but that one's been used already today, so I feel like a cheater if I say that.
Yeah, you can't use that one.
What are some of the older ones? What of hers?
There's always like the Hannah Montana stuff.
Yeah, big fan.
Yeah.
The 2-0. Swings straight through the high fastball. Probably would have been ball 3. Nonamaker not pleased with himself as he walks around the on-deck circle. Back in now. 2-1. 2 outs. 2 runners on with a 2-run deficit for the Gamecocks. The pitch. Swinging a line drive right field. Right fielder coming on, and he makes a shoestring catch to end the inning. So the Gamecocks get 2 aboard, but can't score them, and they're going to still trail here 3-1 after 4 innings. We'll be back for the top of the 5th right after this. Back here for the top of the fifth as the Gamecocks trail 3-1. Malik Eskin, the shortstop for the Georgia Southern Eagles, stands in. Here comes the wind-up stretch and the first pitch from Brandon Baggett. Swung on, hard driven right at the third baseman. One hopper. Plenty of time, throws across the diamond. Out number one. Good play there by Nick Alferis.
Gamecocks this time getting a one-pitch, one-out performance out of Baggett.
We'll see if they can get two. This will be no, it won't be. It'll be Matt Jones standing in, the cleanup hitting pitcher. Here comes the wind-up stretch and the first pitch to him. Taken way outside and back to the backstop. And there goes Charlie again, jinxing it.
Yeah, not sure we're getting a two-pitch, two-out performance here, considering he just threw a pitch that wasn't an out.
That's it. That is how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next inning, though.
So here comes the 1-1. Taken outside, ball two. You know, I'm not a guessing man, but if I was, I'd guess that Baggett's got to be around the, 70 to 80 pitch mark at least?
Yeah, I'd say somewhere around there.
The 1-1 skied to short. Shortstop coming in, that's Murphy. He puts the squeeze on it, and there's two quick outs. So maybe not a two-pitch, two-out, but two hitters, two outs, it works just the same.
It sure does.
So in stands Dylan McCoy, number 10, the second baseman, coming off a game with a 3-run decisive home run in game 1.
Yeah, I think if you're Baggett here, you want to keep the ball, fastballs at least, right out of the heart of the plate.
Keep him low. Here comes the first pitch to him. Misses outside. If you're going to miss, that's where you want to miss. Away from the power-hitting McCoy. The 1-0, grounded to third. Alferis can't make the play as it bounces off his leg and into left field. Sharply hit, but Alferis will be the first to tell you he wanted to make that play. So runner on first here with two away. And in stands number 7, JT Waterbore. And that's Waterbore, not Waterboy, as it may sound like.
Yeah, it doesn't quite look like Adam Sandler out there.
No, not even close, really.
Yeah, no, not even a little bit, not remotely at all.
Sure. So in stands Miles Moody, who's going to come off the bench as the Gamecocks coach to talk to the pitcher. We'll see if we have a pitching change here.
Wow, and folks, we're going to have to wait a minute or two here. We have a fan out on the field.
No streaker, thank God.
He's got all his clothes on, but he's being chased around right now.
And the umpire with a nice form tackle there to save the day.
And looks like he'll be escorted off as the
security guards all over him.
As the players walk back to their positions on the field.
Something new every day here at Heathwood, right?
Absolutely.
So no pitching change, just a quick chat. Waterbore now in there with a runner on first, 2 away. Pickoff move to first, and he got him. So a great pickoff move there over to first by Baggett for the third out. Won't even have to face Waterbore in the inning. The Gamecocks still trail it here 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be back right after this. And we're back here for the bottom of the 5th where the Gamecocks trail by 2, 3-1. In is the leadoff hitter, Chris Ransom, the center fielder, number 24, as he lines the first pitch down the third base line for a clean base hit. Big turnaround first, but he'll stop there. So 1 pitch, 1 hit this time for the Gamecocks. Now in stands Chris Murphy, the shortstop, for the Gamecocks with 1 on, nobody out.
I know we've talked about the importance of getting the first man on, but you can't stress it enough.
Shows bunt, takes back. Catcher thought about a snap throw to first, but decided against it. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Especially when you're down 2 here and what's only going to be a 7-inning ball game. We're getting to the late stages here in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch taken outside. So now Murphy working the count a little bit. I think so.
If I'm Murphy here, I'm looking to take a strike. I don't think there's any reason to have the green light going.
Big lead over there at first. Runners going. Pitch taken. Outside ball. No throw down to the bag at second, so Chris Ransom takes that easily. Stays out of the double play. No need for the bunt now. Unless you're a really big small ball fan. Big lead again by Ransom at second. The pitch is fouled off and away to the right side and out of play. Towards the thousands of cars in the parking lot. So now runner on second. Two count. Matt Jones still in there on the mound for the Eagles. He comes set. Stretch and the pitch. Taken up and in. Murphy doing a good job here, not giving in.
Yeah, especially with Jones being in the game this late. Always good to make him throw some pitches.
Runner going on the pitch. Swinging a line drive right up the middle. Shortstop's got it. Throw to first is off the bag, but still in time as the first baseman, Will Harden, makes the play for out number 1. So I think that hurt him there with the runner going. The shortstop went to go cover the bag. And the ball was hit right back up the middle, right to the second base bag where the shortstop was. Otherwise, they were looking at a clean base hit.
Although not sure why the shortstop was covering the second base bag, considering the runner was stealing third.
He was just flashing in, you know.
Right.
But yeah.
I guess, in case he goes back, important to be there, right?
Either way, the Eagles catch a break there as Nick Burgos stands in, the left-handed hitting catcher for the Gamecocks. With a runner on third, 1 out, Gamecocks trail by 2. A big run over there on third base. Ransom with pretty good speed. A ground ball up the middle or a fly ball to the outfield will almost certainly score him as Burgos takes up and away again. So here comes a 1-out pitch. Swing and a miss on a good breaking ball there. Looked like a change maybe, actually.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Not a lot of lateral movement there.
Really fooled Burgos out on his front foot. The umpire, again, seemingly never giving anybody what the count is. But, hey, who needs the count?
Yeah, we didn't need to know anyway.
Looks like it's ball 4, though, as he misses inside, and Burgos is going to jog on down to first. So that does set up the double play, however. So it looks like we're going to have a pitching change here as the player coach, Orlando Mack, comes out to the mound. And that's exactly what it's going to be, is a pitching change. Will Harden, the first baseman, number 15, is going to come in now for the Georgia Southern Eagles. And we're going to take a break. We'll be right back after we get ready for the new pitching change here. So we're back still here in the bottom of the 5th after the pitching change. Like I said, it's going to be Will Harden, who was the first baseman for the Eagles. It's going to be a straight switch as Matt Jones, the former pitcher, goes to first base. On the first pitch, the runner's going, Nick Burgos. He's going to get caught in a rundown on purpose here to try to score the runner from third. Burgos now being chased back. The runner from third is going home. Throw home. Not in time. He's safe on a close play. Throw down to second. No call yet. Burgos looks like he slid in there. So how about that for some nifty base running from the Gamecocks? First and third play. Early steal by Burgos. They get him in a rundown. Then Chris Ransom from third scores on the rundown by a hair. And then Burgos taking second on the throw. So the Gamecocks now only down by 1, 3-2. And on top of that, they've got a runner in scoring position.
A little bit of a risky move, I think, there with 1 out and runners on the corners. I think I would have just let McCurry hit. But
One of your better hitters.
Nonetheless, it works out for the Gamecocks if we have a 1-run game.
Hindsight's 20/20, as they say. Here comes the pitch to McCurry. Lines one down the first base line. That's fair. That's going to trickle all the way down the line, folks. That's going to score the run. McCurry going in for second. The throw, not in time. So an RBI double here, and the Gamecocks are back in things as it's knotted up at 3. Burgos steps on home emphatically. McCurry giving the dugout a raise of hands. So now Jason Selikoff stands in, the left fielder, with the go-ahead run now at second base. The first pitch to him is taken low, ball 1. So not exactly the start that Will Harden wanted.
No. I mean, to come up in the game and give up 2 runs, given they weren't his runners. But,
Sure. Inherited runners.
Still, I mean, it's never good when you come in the game and start giving up runs. So fortunate enough for the Gamecocks as they tie this ball game up at 3.
Really the only offense we've seen since the first inning for either club. As the next pitch to Selikoff is taken inside on a breaking ball. Tried to front door that pitch, but just missed. Here comes Harden's pitch. Looks like it was just missed high off the belt. So it's going to be a 3-1 count here. Runner on second, tie ball game, 1 down. Here comes the pitch. Swinging a line drive towards second. That's into right center field for a base hit. Let's see if they send the runner. They're going to hold him, but Selikoff into second base with a sliding double. Hustle double there from Selikoff. The runner from second had to hold to make sure the second baseman wasn't going to catch it. But once he saw it get through, he made the third easily, and they held him with just 1 out. Look at that. So after the base hit to right center field, the Gamecocks now have second and third with 1 away. James Grant, the first baseman, on to hit, who swings through the first pitch for strike number 1.
I think McCurry there probably would have scored from second.
Easily.
The hitter, Semek made it to second. He did have to hold up on the line drive through the infield, make sure it got through.
There's a swing and a line drive to left field, base hit past the drawn-in infield. That's going to score a run. The Gamecocks are going to play it station to station and hold the other runner at third. But the damage is done. The Gamecocks take the lead. It's now 4-3 with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Big base knock there from James Grant.
Money in the pile. Once you get a little, they just want to take you down, cuz. I got the money in the pile. Once you get a little, they just want to take you down, cuz.
So now Garrett Simic stands in with the Gamecocks have a fresh lead. Runners on first and third, 1 away. Not out of the woods yet is Will Harden, the new pitcher for the Eagles.
And excuse me, that was Selikoff on second base, now on third. Semick the batter now.
Corrections are acceptable.
Yeah, I feel like as long as you catch them,
So Grant, the runner at first. Selikoff, the runner at third. Semic in, takes ball 2 up and away. Harden now struggling to find the plate consistently. Here comes a 2-0, swinging a line drive to third. That could be a double play. Over to second. The turn to first. Not in time, and the run's going to score because of it. So the Gamecocks now take a 5-3 lead after Semic hustles down the line to avoid the double play. phone just gave me the heat warning. I think it's about time to shut that down. Getting a little too hot up in here.
Well, you know.
Kind of like the
We
Gamecocks
got
bats.
some face.
Boom!
Wow, very good reference. I like that.
Thank you. Gamecocks came into the inning down 3-1, now up 5-3. There's a swing and a line drive up the middle. Good play by the shortstop on a diving try. Throw to first in time. What a play there by the shortstop. That'll end the inning, but the Gamecocks' damage is done as they take 4 in the inning. They now lead 5-3. We're going to head to the top of the 6th, where the Eagles will try to get back on track right after this. So back here in the top of the 6th, Gamecocks with a new lead after scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th. They take a 5-3 lead as TJ Waterbore stands in. The third baseman for the Eagles is going to lead off the top of the 6th. I think we saw 5-3 in game number 1, did we not? But it was reversed.
Yeah, we did.
The Eagles led 5-3.
We
The
did.
first pitch to Waterbore is a called strike over the heart of the plate. Good breaking ball there.
That was until the Gamecocks tied it up at 5, and then eventually McCoy went ahead and hit that 3-run bomb.
That's about right. And here's a swing and a drive deep down the left field line. Left fielder on the run. Diving try. He got it. What a heck of a play out there by the left fielder. That's Jason Selikoff making a name for himself out there with the glove today in left field. Beautiful catch. Diving try. I think it was about 2 feet into foul territory. Nonetheless, great play.
Yeah, that's a great catch, especially with those balls that tail away from the lines. That ball's moving away from him, so he had to go out and get that.
You're pretty much staring down the sun out here in left field at Heathwood Hall as well at this time of day. So 1 out now. It's going to be tough to top the first out of the inning. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss through that one. Missed it by a foot on the outside part of his bat. Had some good two-seam action to that one. It looked like maybe a change. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Just misses low and away. I want to see what happened on that video. The 2-1 is fouled down the left field line and out of play. That'll even the count.
Yeah, that ball was hit pretty well by the catcher, Curtis Jamerson. Way out in front of it, though.
Jamerson working hard today, catching 2 games as he watches a breaking ball outside. Swinging a ground ball to third. Cut off there by the third baseman. Throw to first is in time. And a good play by number 11, Nick Alferez. 2 down.
It's good to see Baggett here working 2 outs into the 6th inning. You know, like we said, started off with some command issues, but looks like he's gotten it back under control, and he is motoring along.
So now in stands the first baseman turned pitcher, Will Harden, for the Georgia Southern Eagles. The first pitch to him is swung on and lifted high into foul territory, hooking back towards the trees and out of play. Kind of jammed him on that first pitch there, and he just turned on it. Really nothing he could have done with that one. It's a good pitch. Here comes the 0-1 wind-up stretch and pitch from Baggett. Swinging a ground ball down the third base line. That's fair. That's going to roll into the left field corner. But no advance. He's going to stop at first after a strong throw out there from Selikoff. So after 2 pretty quick outs, we've got a runner on first now.
Yeah, it's a good job from Selikoff out there and left to get the ball in quickly to the infield. Doesn't allow the runner to get to second base.
Yeah, this is one of those little things. A base hit here, and it would really look big. As the pickoff attempt over to first is into right field. It looks like the runner, Will Harden's going to trot all the way around to third base as the throw comes into home. So again, just the huge field here. Not a lot of. There's a ton of room after the foul lines. So if a pass ball, wild pitch, or an error, throwing error like that, it's usually going to be a 2-bag error.
And it looked to me like Baggett had Harden fooled. I think the throw would have beat him there.
I think you're
sure.
right.
But just a little over the head over there of Grant at first base, and Harden ends up on third.
So Cody Tournier is the batter. And now the infielders converge to have a discussion with the pitcher Baggett. No coach involved in this one. Players meeting only, it looks like. Unless you count the umpire telling them to hurry up.
Looks like the field's starting to empty out a little bit. Fans getting a little restless here after 2 doubleheaders. You know, those fans who can't hang. You know,
well, 1 doubleheader, but I see where you're going.
One doubleheader. 2 doubleheaders would be
4 games.
Quite
that'd be a long
quite
day.
a long day. But
no, I see where you're going. Yeah, some of the outfield bleachers look a little more empty than they were in the first game.
Yep.
I'd say the number now would be almost cut in half, looking around just under 20,000 would be my guess.
I'd say so.
Looking somewhere in the
so.
16 to 19 range, if I had to assume.
Still a decent crowd here, though.
Oh, no, for sure. Cody Tournier now steps back in and takes the pitch outside. So runner on third now, 2 away. Gamecocks lead 5-3. Wind up stretch and the pitch from Baggett. Outside part of the plate, called strike. Just caught a corner, I assume.
Yeah, the umpire behind the plate here has been calling that outside pitch all game, so I'm not surprised that he called that one.
Baggett's pitch misses further outside, so you're not going to get that call. We've got a 2-1 count. Here comes the stretch and pitch from Brandon. Swinging a high fly pop-up right at the shortstop. And that'll be it. Good catch there by the shortstop, battling the sun. So no runs there, and they strain a man at third. The Eagles go down without scoring. Gamecocks now lead 5-3 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. The Gamecocks try to add on some insurance runs when we return. Back in the bottom of the 6th, Jack Nonamaker to lead off for the Gamecocks. As Will Harden fires in a ball just outside for ball 1. Gamecocks lead here 5-3, only playing 7 innings here in the second game of the doubleheader on Saturday afternoon in beautiful and windy Columbia, South Carolina.
It has been a gorgeous day.
Doesn't get any better.
No, definitely not.
The 1-0. Bunt down the third base line. It's going to be a tough play. No need to throw it there. Just a perfect bunt by Nonamaker. The third baseman, Walterbore, really had no decision. Right down the line and kind of died. I like that bunt for 2 reasons. 1, you're keeping the pressure on the defense when you have a 2-run lead. And 2, you've got the top of the order coming up.
I agree, yeah, especially if you can put it down like that. That was a perfectly placed
Perfect bunt.
I think it caught the third baseman, Waterbore, off board there.
Off board?
Waterbore
off guard. I gotcha.
You know, sometimes you just can't say things.
You can't.
You know?
Speaking is tough sometimes. This is Chris Ransom who fouled off the first pitch out of play. And he takes strike 2 on the outside part of the plate. Iffy call there on what looked to almost be an Ephus pitch. It came in so slowly.
Yeah, Ransom not happy with the call.
Good breaking ball, however, and it's 0-2. Runner going, pitch low and away. Ball 1, and the throw off target and into center field. Nonamaker's going to try for 3. Center fielder hasn't. He's not going to make the throw. Good move by Elijah there because Nonamaker was into third easily. So Gamecocks threatening here to add an insurance run early in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ransom now just looking to put the ball in play. We'll see if the infield comes in here. I would.
Yeah, it looks like they will. Shortstop and second baseman as well as the first and third up on the edge of the grasses.
Swing and a line drive foul off to the right side out of play. Still 2 strikes. Good job staying alive there by Ransom. Yeah, once you're down 2 with only 3 outs left to play for your offense, you really can't have any more runs scored against you. Here comes a 2-strike pitch to Ransom. Swing another foul ball back our way.
Harden still pitching out of the stretch with a runner on third.
Well, with the nifty base running we've already shown as Gamecocks, it's probably a good idea. Here's a swing and a line drive to pretty deep right. Good catch by the right fielder, but the run will score easily. And that's going to make it 6-3 Gamecocks. That's a huge insurance run for the Garnet and Black. So non-lying hips having Chris Murphy stands in.
I like that.
Thank you. Tongue twister there. Don't try that at home, kids. Takes ball one inside. Gamecocks now leading 6-3. Nobody on. One out. The wind-up stretch and the 1-0 pitch from Harden. Breaking ball, really good one in there for a strike.
It was quite some vertical movement there. That thing was 12 to China, it seemed like.
12 to China. It really dropped off the table. Here comes the 1-1. And he lost the grip on that breaking ball. That's 12 to head there as he nails the Chris Murphy hitter in the back of the head. So he'll take first. How about these breaking balls in general, though, from these Georgia Southern pitchers? Pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean.
Nick Burgo stands in.
A lot of these pitchers seem like they feel really comfortable throwing a lot of curve balls and breaking balls, which is kind of surprising. I'd say most pitchers feel comfortable with the fastball. As far as the
Hot
number one
takes here
pitch
from
goes.
Charlie Lafferty. The 1-0 pitch to Burgos is skied to left, hooking foul, and reaches the turf in foul territory, 1-1. I think you got to put the pressure on, keep it on here, and send the runner at first. Murphy.
Yeah.
Don't want to let him get comfortable. Murphy fakes like he's going. The pitch is skied high in foul territory, back towards the bleachers, and out of play. Burgos still with a smile on his face.
Didn't hear anything too
Tragic back there.
crazy back there, so I think he might have missed all the cars.
Hoping so. The 1-2 pitch from Harden to Burgos. Runner going. Ground ball right side. That's going to get under the glove of the first baseman. Second baseman slides to stop it, but nobody covering the bag. So that'll be an infield hit. And runners now at first and second with one away. In stands the cleanup hitter, Evan McCurry, the right fielder for the Gamecocks. Swinging a chopper to short. Could be two. Bobbles there by the shortstop, and all hands are safe. Throw back to third, not in time, behind the runner. So the shortstop, Eskin, with a rare error for the Eagles. He seemed to be pretty sure-handed on the day so far. As Jason Selikoff stands in, the righty left fielder. Takes strike one down the heart of the plate. Back to that ground ball to short. You have a chance to end the inning here and get your offense back in there with a chance to score three to tie it up in the last inning. But boots the shore double play. Ground ball from what we've seen to be a pretty decent defense here by the Eagles. Can't let it happen.
Yeah, Eskin can't be too happy about that. But let's see if the Eagles here can get out of this inning.
As there's a blooper to left center field, and that's exactly what happens after an error. Base hit to left center. That'll score one. Little miscommunication out there in the outfield. Ball's going to squirt past. That's going to score 2 now as Burgos comes to trot home. So that's going to be an RBI single with an error by one of the outfielders out there. Not sure who touched it last, but somebody let it roll under the glove. And that might do it for Hardin. It looks like we're going to have a pitching change as the Gamecocks lead 8-3 now. Still only 1 out in the inning. Runners on second and third. Looks like we're going to have right fielder Cody Tournier come in to pitch for the Eagles. So we'll be back when Tournier takes the mound with a 5-run deficit to the Gamecocks here in the bottom of the 6th when we return. Back here after the pitching change. 8-3 Gamecocks, runners on second and third. Cody Tournier stands in. The first pitch to the new hitter James Grant for the Gamecocks is taken for a strike. Slight defensive change. Elijah, the center fielder, shifts over to right, and player coach Orlando Mack comes in off the bench to play center field. Here's a swing from Grant, a tapper back to the mound. A flip to home, not in time. So the Gamecocks score, and Grant now going to take second base on a miscue by the defense. Little sloppy play here as the Gamecocks now lead 9-3.
Money in the pile. Once you get a little, they just want to take you down, cuz. I got the money in the pile. Once you get a little, they just want to take you down, cuz. We've been going hard for too long.
So some heads-up baseball there by McCurry to go on a ground ball right back to the pitcher. It was kind of off the mound. And the pitcher with a Derek Jeter-esque flip to the plate was not in time to get the runner. So now the Gamecocks again have second and third with 1 down with a 9-3 lead. They've scored 4 in the last 2 innings apiece.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the way they've been hitting the ball this inning. The Eagles have given them a little bit of help out there in the field.
No doubt.
I mean, putting the ball in play is definitely a very important part.
A couple physical and mental errors in this inning alone.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Garrett Simic, who's in now with a 1-1 count. Swinging a line drive left field base hit. That'll score 1. And they're going to hold the runner at third. So that makes it now 10-3 Gamecocks as they've really opened it up here in the last inning. Number 11 now, Nick Alferis stands in, the third baseman, with runners on the corners, 1 down still. The first pitch taken inside, runner with a delayed steal, throw down to second. He's in time. So out number 2 there, a delayed steal that didn't exactly work out as planned for the Gamecocks, who are still stealing with a 7-run lead here.
I guess you can never be too safe with the amount of insurance runs you score.
I guess not, right? I don't know about it with all the hitting, though. You might want to just leave it. Everybody seems to be hitting. I know we had a women's basketball national championship parade not too long ago. We've got a hit parade here in Columbia just a few weeks later.
Can't argue with that. It's been a great season for parades here in Columbia. First the women's basketball national championship.
And now this.
And now the club baseball team.
Hit parade here in the 6th inning.
Yep.
Swinging a chopper to short. Jump throw to first. Good athletic play there by the shortstop Eskin to end the inning. But the damage has been done twice over as the Gamecocks score 4 in the bottom of the 5th, 5 in the bottom of the 6th, and now lead at 10-3 over the Eagles, who only have 3 outs left to make a heroic comeback. We'll be back for the top of the 7th when we return. Back here, top of the 7th, Gamecocks lead at 10-3. As swinging in the first pitch is Elijah, leadoff hitter, shallow right center field pop-up. Miscommunication, but doesn't matter as the second baseman puts it away. 1 pitch, 1 out, as the Eagles are down to their final 2 outs. And how about the job by Brandon Baggett today? Had a rough first inning, gave up 3 runs on 2 hits, with a few walks all scattered within the first inning. Didn't come out hot, but since then, exactly 0 runs given up in the next 4.5 innings. 4 1/3.
And now top of the 7th here, he's got 1 pitch, 1 out. I know we've been talking about it a lot.
Swinging a ground ball to short. Third baseman cuts it off, diving play, throw to first. How about that? What a job done there by Nick Alferez, who again flashes the leather for at least the third time on the day. I thought for sure that was going to be a tough play by the shortstop, but Alferez comes out of nowhere, sliding in front of him, pops up and makes a perfect throw over to first. For 2 pitches and 2 outs here, and the Eagles are down to their final out. Here comes the wind-up stretch and the pitch to the 3-hole hitter, Malik Eskin. Eskin would love to make up for that error he made in the the bottom half of the 6th. With a 7-run home run here would be nice for him, but I've never heard of one.
This is number 3. I think this is bad. Do from the first.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure number 3.
Here comes the wind-up stretch and the pitch. Missed upstairs. Baggett now stands in. The pitch to him. Swing and a miss on the high fastball.
Baggett's got to be happy with the way he closed out this game.
Oh, certainly. Everything except for the first was near perfection. Baggett trying to end this game with a stamp. Here comes the pitch. Swinging a line drive to right field. Right fielder going back, jumping and making a catch. And that's your ball game. That's McCurry out there in right with a beautiful catch to end the ball game. And the Gamecocks salvage a win here, taking the second game of the doubleheader with an emphatic 10-3 win over the Georgia Southern Eagles. So thanks for joining us today on the doubleheader. That's it for Dakota Watson and Charlie Lafferty. Join us tomorrow as we have a different crew for Game 3 and a good rubber match coming up for you on Sunday at, I believe, 1 p.m. here at Heathwood Hall High School. Your final score, Gamecocks 10, Georgia Southern 3.